Hi. In this video, we'll be discussing Institutional Review Board in SOTL and its role. I'm Ben Van Dusen from Iowa State University. So, give a brief overview of Institutional Review Board, or IRB Basics. The Institutional Review Board is a university committee that's designed to ensure that research is both safe and ethical. A lot of this came out of unethical research that was conducted in the 1950s in a variety of places. So they decided, okay, we need panels to help make sure that what people are going to do is for the good of society. Applications for IRB are institution specific and will require details of your research plan. And you've got to receive approval before research begins. Now, that doesn't mean you can't collect any data before IRB approval, because there are things that are considered research-specific activities, and these you can't do until you have approval. So this, for example, if you're going to interview students specifically for your research, or if you're going to start analyzing your data specifically for research, you've got to have approval first. But there are also normal classroom activities that you can do without IRB approval. And for example, this might be collecting concept inventory data. And so it's like a normal, and you can even do basic assessment of that. Things that you might do as a normal classroom teacher. And those are things that are kind of exempt from needing IRB approval to do. Once you want to take that data and analyze it for publication, then you're going to need IRB approval. And there are kind of two main types of data you need to worry about with this. There's human subject data, and this is what IRB approval is going to be more interested in. And this is data with students' names attached, or anything that could identify the student. Then there's also non-human subject data. So this could be your concept inventory scores. Once you've stripped all the names off of them, this can be considered non-human subject data, and it's much easier to get approved, to analyze. So if you strip all that out and say, in my research, I'm going to be looking at data from my prior 3 semesters, with no names attached, then that's likely to be considered non-human subjects data. There are also 3 levels of research classification. Once you submit to IRB approval, it can either be ruled exempt, in which case the full IRB board doesn't look at it. They just do an initial scan and say, okay, this is good, you're good to start your research. And it can be expedited, in which case the IRB board does a shorter review, or it can be ruled a full IRB review where the entire panel looks at it. Most likely, most of the research being done in SOTL is exempt or expedited. And what this means for your SOTL is that IRB should not be a large hurdle, but is something you need to do. And you should reach out to your IRB office if you have any questions, and apply early. Sometimes it takes time. It depends on your institution. Sometimes they can do it in just a matter of a week or 2, but sometimes it can take a couple months if they're really backed up. So apply early is recommended. So for additional resources, I recommend looking at your institution's IRB webpage, or you can come to STEM Equity Net and the online workshops, and we'll have more information for you there. Thank you so much.